Welcome home, Raiders. Tonight, this threw me off. We were talking before the show,
just blame me.
and now
What?
she's totally throwing me off. So all I'm going to say is, Convert to Raid presents the Battlenet News. Welcome to the show. From the CDR command post in Sacramento, California, today is January 15th, 2019, and it is now 7:14 in the PM Pacific time. Thanks for joining us from all around the Blizzard universe. My name is Pat Krane, or Cat Prane, or whatever kind of variation you want to throw there. I am the host of the show, and tonight we have a player that has also joined us, and that is from Lagging Balls. It's Thyst. Hello, Thyst.
Hey, Cat Payne, the wrestler.
That's it.
Who only comes out at daytime.
Yep.
Because at night you're a podcaster, Cat Crane.
Night.
In the morning.
In the morning, I'm a wrestler, apparently, or something. I don't know.
Giving cat scratch fever to all the ladies.
Yeah, that's right. You threw me off.
Sorry.
Welcome, Thyst.
Thank you.
You are the only one that could join us tonight because everyone else has real life stuff going on. Imagine that.
You're really scraping the bottom of the barrel here, Pat.
No, not really. I mean, okay, so Gizmo was going to be here, and then he got called in for a work thing, and then Shark was going to be here, but he's been on all week. That's what he said at work.
Yes.
And then John was really trying to make it as well, and then he was like, I can do it like a couple hours later. I'm like, dude, you can only do what you do. You can only do what you can do, and then you can't do anymore. So he's not here. It's just you and me.
Yep.
So
just the way I always wanted it.
So welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome to Twitch chat. Welcome everybody from around the world of Warcraft and beyond. We do actually have quite a few things to talk about. But first, first, I just kind of wanted to talk to you, Thyst, and see what's going on. How's your week been? What's been the haps?
Working real hard.
How's the meme biz?
It's booming. People love memes,
meme
apparently.
Biz is booming.
It wasn't just me.
Okay.
Yes.
All
yeah,
right.
it's good. And I'm working hard on my wrecking ball.
Yeah.
I'm getting a little bit better. I sure do love that answer.
So what is the secret for wrecking ball? Is it just
I'm not an expert.
Not given a thing about it, not given a damn about what you do, just going in, launching in, and
It seems that way at first because,
right.
He's got that massive mobility. He's got that tankiness that, keeps him alive for longer than your normal flanker would. He's got that shield. He's got that damage. But I don't know. You kind of have to think out of the box with him. And with Wrecking Ball, it's kind of what you could do instead of what you should do, Like Obviously, there are things you should do when you're playing. Hopefully, you're not main tank on Hammond. I don't know how well he would hold up.
That would be bad. I mean, he just doesn't have the kind of sustain that you want from a tank. Really.
No, and his rounds is really short. Like that's what I'm having trouble with right now. Is like running out of ammo.
Yeah,
and you can't reload when you're in ball form, so you kind of have to work with that a little bit. So often I'll just be like shooting people when I come out of ball form and realizing that I only have like half my round left. And so I'll just start punching. And, that helps sometimes. But
okay.
He's just, he's really fun when you're learning him because you just go all over the place and you look for enemy flankers and you roll into them and you shoot them and stuff. But once you start to know him a little bit better, you start doing cool tricks and stuff like flips and swings and stuff like that. And
yeah,
there seems to be a lot more places on maps that you shouldn't swing from than you should swing from. And a lot of the cool stuff that I've done that's really worked out has been a complete accident. So
one of the favorite videos that I've seen was on like a Total Mayhem or maybe it was one of the other arcade maps where it was just all of these different Hammonds in Blizzard World. If you know that map, in Blizzard World, if the very first point that you're trying to capture, there's all the sea stuff in the background, right? There are those docks and everything like that. Yeah. And there's that shark that's hanging from the rope or whatever.
Yes, and the gates of Orgrimmar off in the distance that we can't explore.
Right, but I have seen it where you have multiple Hammonds swinging around on that shark.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious.
It was hilarious. Like, way more hilarious than it had any business being.
Well, and the shark was like flopping around, kind of being all kind of freeform and everything like that. And I'm like, this is a gem. This is
high quality entertainment. That's comedy.
That's right. That's right.
That's right.
So other than Hammond, what else have you been up to?
Lots of BGs.
Okay.
The weekly that just passed was the win 10 skirmishes, like random skirms, and you get stuff. I don't usually do skirmishes because, while I'm fairly good at PvP, I'm not that good. And there's a lot of responsibility and pressure that comes with doing 2s and 3s. So, I've kind of put it on the back burner, kind of telling myself like, I'll wait until I have some friends who really want to get good at this with me. Sure. And then at least we're learning together. So I'm not wasting anybody's time. But when it's a skirmish bonus week, I figure, a lot of newcomers are trying it this week. And I'm sure like people who do random skirmishes a lot are kind of expecting this week to, feature a lot of new people. So I did a few. I won more than I lost. So I was kind of gaining confidence. And then I decided to stream a little bit. And I got into a 3 and there was a tank and a heals and I was stoked on it. But then one of the people on my team recognized me. They're like, oh, are you this from podcast? And I'm like, yeah, hi. And then all of a sudden, like I was like, oh no, like this person knows who I am.
Oh no.
So, I suddenly had all this pressure to be really good, or at least do adequately. And I went in there and oh, Pat, it was embarrassing. Like I was screaming, and it was on. I was streaming it. People are watching me. It was so bad, and like the other team was targeting me because they could smell my fear, obviously. And we didn't talk about who we were going to target. So the tank is tanking, the healer's healing me, and I literally buffed everybody in the middle of the fight because I had nothing left and I panicked. I was like, buffs for everyone. And it's just, I used my trinket immediately. I used my ice block immediately. I used all my cooldowns immediately because I just, So
that's amazing.
Apologies to my team.
That's amazing.
I'm not usually that bad.
That's so great.
Yeah.
That's so great. Well, in WoW news for me, I want to tell you something. I got my Dark Iron Dwarf. I did.
Yay.
And so I finally got my rep to the point where I needed to get the Dark Iron Dwarf. You go out and you do the Dark Iron acquiring quests or whatever it is.
Acquiring quests?
Well, I mean, where you have to go out and you have to befriend the Dark Iron Dwarves and then solve a problem for them or whatever. And then all of a sudden you can play them as allied race, right? So you have to
Hi, newcomer. We've got a problem.
Right, we've got a problem that you can solve. And then, so I did that. That was fun. It was a lot of underground molten lava stuff. So, that was fun. And now I have, and now for all of my dwarves, my dwarf characters, I think it's all of them, pretty much. So I have Zug, who was my original orc hunter. And it made a lot of sense having an orc hunter called Zug, right? Zug, right?
Yeah, that makes total sense.
And then we switched to Alliance, and I brought Zug over because I'm like, well, yeah, he's going to come over. He's my hunter. Come on. And so he became a dwarf hunter, also called Zug, because I was like, I didn't have another name, and it's Zhug.
And that's how people know you.
Right. And then I got another dwarf hunter, and his name is Mug, Mhug, which I thought was really hilarious.
Mug.
And
Why
then,
is that?
because it's mug, like as in a mug of beer or something like that.
Oh.
And it's a dwarf, so they would have mugs.
Sure. Right.
Zug is weird.
Like
Mug
my name
is
is
okay.
Can because I drink out of cans. It's hilarious.
Right. I drink out of Pringles cans. That was the story of this.
Oh,
week.
that was you?
Did you? Never mind. I'm not going to get into that one. Anyway, and then I have a warrior named Chugger because I couldn't get Chug. But I thought again for a dwarf, that's kind of cute. Now for my dark iron dwarf, what I did was at first I made a paladin, but then I switched him into a monk, and his name is Doug, Dhug, and I figured that was really cool because those guys are like underground. So,
oh wow!
And then people were like, "You also need to have a dig, Dhig."
Yes,
and I'm like,
dig.
I'm like, okay, so I created one. It's just sitting there.
You're just, oh wow!
I'm just sitting on the name because then I have
yeah.
Dig and Doug. It's the Dark Iron twins, and
aw, and they'll never get to play together. That's sad.
So yeah, they'll never get to play together at all, ever. But it's been fun and it's been weird. When was the last time that you leveled in WoW? From nothing or from whatever. I mean, from level 20, I guess, is where the allied races are, right?
Oh, no, like 9 years ago.
Have you?
I've had my main for a while.
So no, but you haven't done any like leveling in that whole time.
No,
I mean, just
not really.
just the expansion leveling, of course.
I dabble a little bit, but not really. Although that's not true. I leveled up a warrior in WoD from the beginning.
Okay.
Because that was my first tank tune, and I figured I should probably level from ground up if I want to be a tank, because it's good experience and practice if you're trying out a new position. It's like you don't know anything about tanking. Start from the beginning, and then you learn slowly with everyone else, and then by the time you're 120, it's like I know everything.
Sure, that makes sense. So what I did was I started out at 20, and I'm already at I think I'm close to 30 at this point. But I started off in what's it called? Dark. What is it? I can't remember.
Crystal.
Yeah, Dark Crystal.
That's a movie, right?
Right, that is a movie. It's a great movie. You should check it out, but it's a little slow to today's standards. But whatever. So anyway, I started off, and everybody was there. I was amazed at how many people were leveling up tunes wherever I was. And now I'm in Stranglethorn.
Duskwood.
Yeah, Duskwood. Sorry. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And so I was in Duskwood. Everybody was in the town of Duskwood. Everybody was in that main town right around the inn. There were probably about 30 people right there.
What are they doing there, Pat?
I was amazed. There were so many people. They were just hanging out. It wasn't like nobody approached me or anything like that. It wasn't like Goldshire.
So it's not like the new Goldshire Inn?
No.
On Moonguard?
No. I was pleasantly surprised with.
I thought you were going to say, I was there this weekend. It was great. Had a good time as always. They all know me there.
Moonguard rocks, but I don't participate. Anyway, so I was in Duskwood and I was questing, and everybody was there. It seemed like that there were a lot of people, no matter when I was there, because I was there during the daytime. I was there at nighttime. At nighttime, there's a lot more people just in general, so I would just assume that there would be a lot more. And even tonight, when I went to Stranglethorn Vale, there was still lots of people going around killing all my mobs. How dare you guys? I mean, it's like
they knew you were coming.
I like seeing people. Don't get me wrong. I just don't like it when they kill my stuff.
Do you see a lot of people?
I see dead people.
No, you don't.
That's a different story, though.
That's a different story altogether.
That's a different story altogether. Yes, it is. But that is kind of my harrowing tales in WoW this week, so I think.
Well,
we'll move
congratulations on the dwarf,
Yep.
I guess.
Well, and now I have to work toward the Culturian model because I saw that this week on the PTR, and I'm just like, oh yeah, this is a thing that has to happen. But we'll talk about that as we get into the news. So let's go into the news. All right, it's news time. By the way, actually,
Is it? I couldn't tell.
Actually, before we get into the news, sorry about that. A couple of things. Now, like I said, many people were supposed to be here tonight. Thyst showed up. Thank you very much for that, by the way.
You are so welcome.
On Friday, however, we will have more people on Friday, which is weird for us. We will have more people showing up for us because we are going to have the Convert to Raid Q&A.
Oh, I'm so excited.
So CTR Q&A will be January 18th, Friday, starting at 11 p.m. Eastern Time or 8 o'clock Pacific Time. And you can send your Qs over to us on Twitter at Convert to Raid. You can use the hashtag CTRQA as well, which is
Please
cool.
do.
And I know that we've set up stuff in our Discords, both Lagging Balls and CTR Discord, that where people can ask questions and do stuff. So make sure to join our Discord.
That's 3 great places to ask questions.
That is. And we'll also be taking live questions too, I'm sure.
Oh, totally. And we'll try to get through as many as possible. Just keep in mind it's going to be live on Twitch. So some questions probably won't be able to be answered for the sake of not getting banned.
We'll see what we can we can answer and ask and all that kind of stuff. And the Q&A will also be on next week's posted show because I'll be out of town.
Where are you going, Patrick?
I'm going to go see my family, and we're going skiing together in California, which is weird.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're gonna go
jet skiing.
We're gonna we're gonna go
water skiing,
snow skiing.
Oh,
So we're going snow skiing up in Tahoe, which sounds like such a weird thing to me to go and do. So strange. Anyway, still getting used to the new place, the new digs.
Yeah.
But
I'm still getting used to you having an IRL.
Right. And so on Friday, Gizmo should be here. John should be here, and maybe Thorn if he's feeling up to it, because I know that he's under the weather right now.
Yes, but it will be on the Lagging Balls Twitch channel. That's twitch.tv/laggingballs.
Yep.
That's where it will be. And be there, because it's going to be weird.
Yeah.
And it's not just game questions. It's questions about Pat.
And we'll probably throw it up on the CTR Twitch account as well. We'll
that would be nice.
We'll do all the things. We'll make sure that everybody can
intermingling and stuff.
Yeah. So that'll be a good time. And also, one other thing before we get to the actual news part of the news, Convert to Raid Guild. Convert to Raid Guild is turning 6 this week.
Yay.
First of all, yay. And congratulations, everybody. As part, so right now, this week is really important for a lot of raiders because next week, new raid, right? Which is also yay. I should play it again. All right. Okay, cut that out. Okay, anyway.
No more celebrating.
No more celebrating. So this weekend, on Friday, actually, at 6 p.m. Pacific, is going to be our raid recruitment event, where for like an hour or a couple hours, people will be able to find new raid teams and stuff like that. So if you are looking for a raid team, you might want to drop by. Just check out guild.convertraid.com for all the details. It's going to be a Discord event. It's not going to be an in-game thing. So you can come and talk to raid leaders and see what's going on. See if there's a team for you out there. Just letting you know, guys. I might be there as well. Who knows? Because I need a raid team.
Yeah, you do. It's about time.
So many. One of the problems that I have with a lot of our raid teams in the CTR guild is that they raid on Tuesdays. I understand why people raid on Tuesdays. Really, I do. I also do a show on Tuesdays, and I don't think I can go to raid on Tuesdays.
No. Maybe a later raid, like a late night raid.
Ooh, like a midnight raid.
Yeah, like Midnight Rider, the song by the Allman Brothers.
Yeah.
No, Midnight Raiding.
Midnight
by
Raiding.
Pat Krane. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. So we'll see what's going on. But again, that's this Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific for the raid recruitment stuff for Convert to Raid Guild. All right, let's move on to World of Warcraft.
A clever strategy.
Thank you, Thrall. So, Thyst.
What?
We talked about this. We talked about this last week. We talked about there being a Q&A with Taryn Gregory, and it was all going to be about story and lore, and it wasn't a Q&A at all.
No. Did it say it was a Q&A?
No, it didn't say that, but that's what I said, because we're used to these developer live streams, and they're all Q&As. They're all done with lore. They're all done with Ian. They're all asking questions and then answering stuff. And then Steve Nusser and Taryn Gregory just have to come in and just ruin it all. What a bunch of jerks.
Ruin or make better?
Either way.
I don't know. I love the Q&As and stuff, but a lot of the time it's like, well, not a lot of the time, but some of the time the stuff doesn't apply to me, you know?
Right.
But I mean, well, that's probably not fair to say because I only play one class and that's it, you know, and one faction. But anyway, I don't know. It was just cool to let Taryn and Steve just sort of like talk about what was important to them and what they thought we should know. And it was insanely interesting, and we got a lot out of it, I feel. So I don't know. It just it seemed like people were like angry because they thought it was a Q&A.
Well,
but it's like,
right.
Nobody, like, where have you been asking all the questions all week?
Right.
If it's Q&A, like, tell me that.
Right. Well, it's just kind of funny, I think, that, I mean, people got really upset that these two guys were just talking. They're just talking about what they do and what they love to do.
They had to get upset about something, Pat. Otherwise, they might not be upset.
Otherwise, it's not the internet.
Yeah. I got to be upset about something. It's my thing.
Right. Right. And again, like last week, we were talking about low-hanging fruit. I mean, the low-hanging fruit is just getting angry at Blizz for whatever. And now it's getting angry at the devs for talking about what they do. Just talking about what they do. I'm angry at them. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
How dare they give me cool insights into their job and into the story of the game I like.
Right. And they were talking about Zappy Boy and about how that was kind of like this cool thing that happened behind the scenes there when they were already building the second cinematic or the actual cinematic with Zappy Boy in it. And how it kind of caught fire off of the BFA cinematic, off the original one, where they were like, oh my God, Zappy Boy's a thing. This is great because we already have him in this next bit that we're doing.
Yeah.
Isn't that perfect?
It was so cool.
So
that was that night that dropped. Do you remember when Old Soldier dropped?
Oh.
What it's called? And like, it was really late at night and it dropped. And I think I was raiding or something. I was doing something where I had to be right back because I was in voice chat. So I was probably raiding or something, but I watched it and I just like burst into tears. And like, I had so much love for this like random troll character. And then you go to Twitter and everybody loves him. It was just an immediate like emotional response to this character.
Yep. And Dazzledorn in chat says Zappy Boy needs his own Netflix show. And I would totally agree. So
Zappy Boy and Sarfang, the odd couple. Adorable.
The new odd couple.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the music, but I'm guessing it is.
Sure it is. It's your show, Pat.
Well, it is now.
What?
That's the music now. That's what I was going to say.
Got it.
So a couple of things that I gleaned from it, and maybe you have some other stuff that you took away from it as well, was especially for Horde players, one of the things that was said was that narrative choices will be meaningful to some extent.
Yes.
they weren't forthcoming on what that actually means. I don't know how much pressure Horde players should feel about making these choices.
Yeah.
Do you? I mean, we've seen the meaningful choices what they are, right? I mean, we've seen that you can side with Sourfang or with Sylvanas, and there's going to be more coming, by the way.
Yes.
But I don't know what kind of end game could there be on this?
I have no idea, but I really don't. I don't.
Right.
And it's interesting because I did that quest and I kind of saw where it was going before it ended, and I already knew who I was going to side with. And even though I didn't know for sure, and I still don't, that I made the right decision, like I just don't know where this is going. Like I hope that Sylvanas steps down for some reason, whether it's voluntary or not. And I hope that, Saurfang or somebody who is aligned with him comes into power, because I did side with Saurfang. And
you did?
I did. And that was hard for me because, I'm Horde through and through. But it's interesting because leading up to BFA, like I was ready to go ahead and just go through with Sylvanas' plans like I should, like a good Horde should,
Sure.
And every time I felt wrong about it, I thought, okay, Saurfang's still there. He believes in like the old code. He believes in honor. That's what I believe in. And if he's still going along with this, then so am I. And then when he pieced out and got caught and got let go and then disappeared and then came back, I didn't want him to go away again. And he's kind of, the way the Horde right now is going is not where I would have it go. And I just don't know about Sylvanas, but I do know about Saurfang, and that's why I made my choice. And
this is amazing. I just want to say one thing that I want to say.
Okay.
And when BFA started, all I remember was from you. All I remember was, yes, burn the tree. Yes, Sylvanas for life. Yes, blah, blah, blah. Yes, burn. Burninate everything. And
I didn't have a problem with the tree.
No. And I'm not saying you did.
I don't really know about Sylvanas.
I'm not saying you did. And I'm not saying you do now. I'm just like, because you were like all Sylvanas all the way, like gung-ho, boom.
Yeah, but I also said I don't trust her.
Well, that's
okay. I don't. I'll follow her if she's my war chief, but I don't trust her.
Right.
And so if Saurfang feels the need to break off from that, then I'm going where he's going.
There was
my beliefs are aligned with his.
So there was an interesting thing because we've got all this new 8.1.5 stuff kind of on the PTR now, and so now we have a bunch of spoilers and stuff like that. We're not going to get into spoilers here. Well, not too much, but one of the things with 8.1.5 that was kind of that has escaped now into the ether of the internet.
Ooh. Like so many weasels in a trap.
Right. Is all of the broadcast text, all of the character, all of the VO stuff from N'Zoth. And it's not a surprise that he's there. N'Zoth is out there, and so we'll see him. He says a lot of things. I believe he's voiced by Darren DePaul, which is amazing.
Yeah.
And so it's really, really great. And because of all of that, I know that there's been a lot of rumors and scuttlebutt about what everything means and what kind of role Sylvanas has in the whole grand scheme of things.
Mm-hmm.
And it could be kind of cool. I don't know anything. I will claim to know nothing about story and lore as far as it goes when it comes to, especially the guys that were on the live stream this last week, or the guys that do story and lore for their podcast, like Merely a Setback. But I know that Shoeboots had a really cool theory about Sylvanas' role in all of this thing, and about how she could be the one to defeat N'Zoth, and what?
Who knows? And that's the coolest part.
It's really cool. It's really cool.
And just being able to make a choice in the story, whether or not that affects anything in the grand scheme of things, I had to really appreciate how meaningful and intense and immersive and just what a new experience it was to do this quest line and to make a choice. It was like a choose your own adventure, but like anybody who's super invested in this game, like we are, that's a big freaking deal. And you don't often get to make choices like that affect things. And especially when you don't know how it's going to be going forward, like you literally make the choice, some stuff goes down, and then, it's like, see you next time for, whatever happens next. And you're left standing there like, what did I do? Did I do the right thing?
I'm super intrigued by all of this choose your own adventure stuff because when I was a kid, the choose your own adventure books never really went well for me.
Why not?
Because it would come to the part where you make the choice and I'd make a choice and it seems like an innocuous choice. And seriously, in like 2 pages, I'm dead. Or like, or I'm imprisoned, or I'm, just like enslaved somewhere or whatever. It's like always like the bad thing happens. Like the very first choice that I make is like the wrong one. So I'm really hoping
that explains everything.
I'm really hoping it doesn't happen here. That's all I'm saying.
Who knows, man? But it was cool. Just the special attention that Steve and Taryn gave the Horde in this live stream was pretty cool and made me feel good. So thank you.
Yeah.
Steve and Taryn.
And then they said, Alliance, you have 0 choices. Just go about your game, please.
Yeah. Go have fun.
Go have fun.
Go on.
And so that's why I've been leveling up a Dark Iron Dwarf. Because I'm like, I don't have any choices to make, so screw it.
You chose to make a Dark Iron Dwarf.
That's true. Well, and I did do other things this week on my Horde tune, especially. I did do the Darkshore thing, which was essentially the same as playing the Alliance tune. It's just reskinned, right?
Ooh, I got a massive upgrade from that this week. I went up like 3 eye levels. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you, RNGesus.
That's awesome. And I got an upgrade on my Horde tune as well, but that's not really necessarily exciting because anything is an upgrade at this point. I think I'm 340 on that one. Something like that.
10 more eye levels and you can do the new raid. Come on, buddy.
I know.
Let's go.
I know. I think I have some time to do that.
You got a week. Got in there. First day.
No, the LFR doesn't go for 2 weeks.
Oh yeah,
it doesn't open. That doesn't open the first week. That opens the second week, and then it's eye level 350 for LFR.
Right. I'm going into normal the week it comes out. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
So next week, not only is it raid time, but it's also season 2, right?
Yes.
So,
hey, good segue.
Thanks. It's like I've done this for a while. So let's talk a little bit about season 2 changes and some things that are going on. For one is that Titan Forging is going up to eye level 425.
Oh, that is tasty. That is a spicy meatball. Sorry.
That's okay. And World Quest Emissaries now scaled to 385, which is cool.
That's nice.
Yeah, and like all of the dungeon rewards and stuff like that, they're being increased by like 30 eye levels or something like that. And so basically all the PvP rewards are being scaled up 30 eye levels. So we're just kind of seeing this nice boost to all of the rewards out there, which is good.
I love reward boosts.
Now for Legion, they did this for Legion, right?
Yes.
I think at some point they did it, but I don't think they necessarily Did they plan for it, or I'm sure they probably did.
I don't know.
I can't
This is one
remember.
of those things that I just sort of accept blindly because I'm not good at numbers.
Sure.
Just like, oh, that's a good piece. And then like a week later, it's like, oh, that piece sucks, you know?
I'm sure that they did it, but I don't think they necessarily did it with a season. Like they just kind of flipped a switch and they just said, oh, you know what? You guys are right. We need
Like a giant switch on the wall. And they're just like, ugh.
Big red button on the wall. They just made it heroic.
You need like 2 people to push it.
Right. It's just like yeah, never mind. Anyway, so yes. So all of that stuff is being increased. We've got, what else do we have? We have reaping coming into Mythic Pluses. Ugh.
Ooh.
Remember what reaping is?
No. What is that? That's a new affix.
Yeah,
what does it do?
It's a new affix. So that every 20% of the dungeon, every time you hit 20% for the number of minions killed or whatever, all of the minions that were dead come back to life and rush you.
Oh my goodness.
Right.
That's some AoE numbers right there.
And it's every 20%. So
I can handle that.
Yep.
Probably.
Bring your AoE.
Yes.
That's all there is to it. Let's see what else. There were some updates on Titan Residuum.
Residuum?
Yes.
Residuum? Is that how you say it?
Residuum.
Residuum.
Maybe that's it. I don't know. But you'll be able to, once season 2 hits, you can buy items for new items for 400 and 415 eye levels, and then also you get bonus residuum when you dust gear.
Okay.
As well, but only if it's made for you. They put in a hot fix today. If the gear is not made for your class, guess what? You get 0.
That's right. If it's nacho cheese.
If it's nacho cheese, you get Zippo.
Remember that.
Nacho cheese, Zippo.
Nacho cheese.
That's all you.
That's right.
That's all you need
Residue.
to remember.
Nacho. Residue on top. What is that? That sounds weird.
Yeah.
Residue. And it's sold by Thaumaturge Dashreen.
I don't.
Purveyor Exquisite Furnishings.
I don't even. I
wouldn't mind a title like that. Thyst, Purveyor of Exquisite Furnishings.
That's the one you want?
Are you afraid of me?
That's the one you want?
No, but I'm just saying, like, if I brought that title into a BG, people would fear me, you know?
They would fear your furniture, maybe. Your elaborate furnishings.
Because it's so exquisite.
Exquisite, sorry. I went with elaborate.
That's wrong. Purveyor of elaborate furnishings? That sounds terrible.
That does sound terrible. Actually, exquisite doesn't sound much better.
Yes, it does.
To be honest. For a player title? Come on.
I'm just saying. What player title are you rocking right now? What are you?
I don't know.
Zug the Love Fool?
No, not that one. I don't have that one.
Right now I'm the Alliance Slayer. But usually I'm Archmage.
I don't even remember. I don't have my nameplate above my head.
Oh, neither do I.
So I forget all the time. And then I've been switching around characters too, so it's...
Oh yeah, you've got like a ton of alts.
I really do. I really, really do. Let's see, what else? What else is going on for Season 2 changes? What else do we see?
What about the Portal Room?
Oh, dude. So yeah, the Portal Room. So I don't know if you've even seen it. Have you seen it?
I have. I've only the Orgrimmar one, obviously, though.
Well, okay. So for Orgrimmar, it's as you approach Orgrimmar from Durotar, and you come into the main gate. You come into the main gate and you take your first little right, and then you go straight on into the Portal Room. Yes.
A room with portals, if you will.
Right. And you know what? They're right. It is a portal room.
Yes. There are 7 portals: Dalaran, Honeydew Village, Zuldazar, Azuna, Warspear, Shatrath, and Silvermoon.
Right.
And all the portals from the drag were removed, except the portal to the Broken Shore to Dalaran.
Right.
That's still in there. That's still down in the hole.
And also the ones to the Cataclysm zones are still where the Cataclysm zone ones are.
Good.
Just so you know.
It's
because that was one where you really had to travel around a lot. So I'm guessing they wanted to keep them close.
sure. Yeah.
So in the Alliance one, it's just in the Mage Tower, like normal, like you would think would be normal, but it is, they Doctor Who'd it. They totally Doctor Who'd it, and they made it bigger on the inside than on the outside. and so like it's huge in there, and you still have the same 7, and they kind of go to all of the different expansions essentially.
Gotcha.
But yeah.
I mean,
It's a
that's
little
super
weird.
helpful. And again, like I've been playing my mage for like 9 years now. So this is basically useless to me, but I
Right.
can see how
Oh,
it
for a
would be
mage.
very, very useful. And as much as I've appreciated people asking me for portals over the years, a lot of the time, like maybe 90% of the time when people ask me for a port, I'm already in a group and in queue, you know?
Sure.
So I'll either not be able to invite them or I can't help them because I can't drop queue. So, and then sometimes people ask me for reports and then they don't tip, which is more of a courtesy than anything. Like it's not necessary,
Right.
but over the years, like if you just go to a major city, find a mage, whisper the mage, ask for a portal, the mage opens the portal, you jump in and leave group.
Give them 10.
That's, you know,
Give them
it's
10
bad etiquette.
G's. You know, that's all. That you know, 10 gold.
Yeah,
Whatever.
5 gold. I'm not asking for a lot.
Right.
It's my time.
Yeah.
And I was sitting AFK in Orgrimmar looking at YouTube on my other screen,
Sure.
waiting for people to log on to play with me.
Waiting for the BG
And-
to pop or whatever. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I decided to spend my time making a portal for you. And sometimes I'll accidentally port myself
Mhm.
to the place and I'll be like, I meant to do that. I will be right back to port you. One
Right.
second. I've
Right.
been a mage for 9 years. It's fine.
Right.
I do that still, though. It's really embarrassing.
By the way, the new portal rooms are for 8.1.5. So they're not actually for season 2, but they are coming. They're on the PTR right now. So season 2 is not the same as 8.1.5 because technically, even the new raid, Dazar'alor, is coming out, and that is technically 8.1. Just letting you know.
Thank you.
It gets a little confusing when we talk about all this stuff that's coming up because I know season 2 kicks off next week. So we've got a bunch of things kicking off next week. It's mainly about eye levels bumping up, all the rewards bumping up, all the different things for that. So now we're kind of in 8.1.5 area. So we'll have things like, I don't know if you saw this, but the Stan Lee tribute. There's a
I did.
new guard going around Stormwind, this skinny little old guard, and his name is
With aviators.
and his name is Stanley. And
Yes. And people dug up some PTR stuff of him wearing a neutral armor and horde armor as well. So he might be in more places than one,
He
which
may
would be
be.
great because I would love to have a Stanley walking around Orgrimmar.
maybe.
Please.
And then he'll like walk into the throne room and yell at Anduin, and it'll go Excelsior, and then he'll just leave.
I love that.
Go
It's
walk
so
around.
it's so great when they
That's-
do tributes like that.
That's one of the great things about World of Warcraft is that it has incorporated a lot of different pop culture stuff, and especially remembering those. I mean, like Robin Williams is a genie somewhere, and I can't remember where now.
It is in Draenor, in-
the old Draenor.
Old Nagrand. Yeah,
Yeah.
in Old Nagrand.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
on the far left.
right.
Or
So
south.
there you go.
North,
But
east,
I mean,
west.
but it's all those types of things, and that's kind of one of the cool things that WoW can do. So be looking for him once 815 hits, probably in the next, I don't know, few weeks or so.
Soon TM.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like
Definitely.
after something launches on the PTR, like a new patch or whatever, it seems like we usually get, under a month with it.
Yep.
So
We never have to wait too long.
right. So all this stuff should be but they're figuring out all this stuff, like the Zandalari racial.
Yes.
Regenerating. Yeah, it's a
apostrophe. I love that.
And so somebody was like, this is a little bit overpowered. Maybe.
Yeah, I've got it right here. The player says, I got on the PTR and copied my race and changed my Horde Paladin to Zandalari Troll and tried out the racials. The new Regenerating racial is ridiculously OP compared to others. Every 1.5 minutes, you can heal to 100% via the 4-second channel that can be used in combat and does not get interrupted by damage. That sounds OP to me.
Yeah. And then the dev said, oh, that's not supposed to happen that way.
Yeah. Oops. They're discussing it.
It's the PTR. We'll figure it out. But
yes,
yeah.
That's what it's for.
Right.
This is the PTR working as intended.
So there you go. What else is going on? We've got a new mount in Bruce. For those guys that did a lot of the Brawlers Guild, you might recognize Bruce from the many chomps that he gave you. So Bruce is actually now going to be a mount. I'm not sure exactly where he's going to be, where the vendor is or anything like that on that stuff. But
yeah, it just says a reward from BFA Brawlers Guild. But I hope his mount special is the chomp 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 ability.
Yeah, that would be great.
Kind
of like the meat wagon, like when you press the space bar when you're just sitting around, it'll throw a bunch of rotting meat. Yeah. Just randomly.
Worse. But there's an Alliance version and a Horde version, which I appreciate.
But I was looking at the models and they didn't really look tremendously different. It was pretty much the same. I like to differentiate, Pat. You know this. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Is there, so out of all this stuff for World of Warcraft, was there anything else I'm sure there's stuff that I missed, but
oh yeah, tons of stuff. But there's something that's especially important to me that we didn't mention, and that is Call of the Scarab begins on the 21st, so we have time to prepare.
Right, and it lasts. Go ahead.
Yeah, the 21st to the 23rd. Horde lost last year. We won the first year, and our flag was flying the whole year. Right. And we lost last year. I'm terribly disappointed in everyone.
And this is all the stuff that's happening down at whatchamacallit?
Silithus.
Yes.
So I'm going to need every Horde to stop what they're doing from the 21st to the 23rd. I need you all to get your butts down there, do what is necessary to win, because I can't stand it, Pat. I can't stand it.
I don't know. I mean, the new raid's out. I don't know if anybody's really going to want to go down there.
No. This is more important than that. This is about glory.
More important than a new raid?
Yes, this is about glory. This is about bragging rights. We are tied right now. We cannot have that, Pat. But we need to win.
But the new raid is all about fighting Horde and Alliance and all that kind of stuff.
Alliance, you go right ahead and keep raiding. Horde, listen to me. We have a job to do. It is important. It is more important than anything you've got going on IRL. This is the time. Please help me out.
And this is the time, by the way, Alliance, that you should turn on war mode, because all of the Horde will be down there. Then we can turn on war mode and do all the world quests and do all the stuff in BFA and not be, bothered by the Horde. Actually, I did turn on war mode this week. That was the other thing that was the other thing that I did. So I'm gonna give myself applause for that, even though it doesn't matter. I was only ganked once, and it was a 3-on-1, so I knew that I was dead. I just accepted my fate.
Was I a part of that? I don't even care who I ganked.
No. No, okay. I didn't. At least I didn't see you. I mean, there was a flurry of activity all at once.
Yes.
I didn't really get a good glimpse of everybody, but
right.
But
well,
no.
I'm gonna apologize anyway.
Okay.
I mean, I don't feel sorry, but I feel like I should apologize.
All right.
Cool.
All right. So one of the things that we're going to do this week, that we should have probably done last week as well. Last week, I talked about things that I didn't want to talk about. Right. I mean, there were things that happened over the break that I didn't really want to talk about, so we didn't really talk about it. But I talked about how I didn't want to talk about it.
And then we kind of talked about it a little bit.
Yeah, we kind of talked about it a little bit, but I really don't want to talk about it too much, right?
But we gotta at this point.
I know but it's news. So you wanna. This is Battlenet news.
But it's very upsetting to people and us. It's upsetting to everybody.
It's a hard topic. It is upsetting. So I've decided to make it into a bit because apparently it's happened again.
Is it still a bit if you call it a bit?
Oh God! Well, it's turned into a bit.
Broke the fourth wall.
It's turned into a bit because it needs to be. That's the stupid thing, is that more stuff happened this week that I don't want to talk about. So we're gonna turn it into a bit, and we're gonna call it "Don't Panic." So I want everybody not to panic. I don't want anybody. We're not gonna hype it up. We're gonna slow things down. I'm gonna play some soothing music here. We're gonna just have a good time. We're all just gonna kind of lay low. And we're just going to breathe. Okay, first of all, I want everybody to breathe. I want everybody to, yeah. Right. And so just breathe in and out, just nice, even breaths. Even breaths.
Oh, sorry.
Don't jump around like that. All right. Here we go. First of all, Activision is transferring Destiny's publishing rights back to Bungie. Now, this may not seem to be all that upsetting to a lot of different people, but apparently people were like, well, Blizz, you're next.
That's kind of impossible, Pat, because Activision Blizzard is its own company, and it owns Blizzard and Activision.
Right.
So while it's not impossible that Activision could let Blizzard run free in a wheat field, it would just be a lot more difficult than it was from divorcing Bungie.
Yeah. So that's, guys, don't panic, but it's not going to happen. It's just, it's not unless they sell off all the Blizzard things to somebody else, and then it would be Blizzard somebody else, or somebody else Blizzard probably. All right, on to our next news story. Don't panic. Oh yeah, breathe. Thank you. All right, don't panic. But Mike Morhaime is gonna leave Blizz for good in April.
That's right, Patrick.
Don't panic.
He stepped down from the presidency in October.
Right.
But he stayed on in an advisory role.
That's right.
But now he's going to be leaving that role in April.
That's right. So,
but it's okay, Pat, because this usually does happen.
Right.
When somebody stays on in an advisory role, because
it does. It has to end at some point. He's already put in his time. He has said, I want to retire. And if you want to feel, sad, like we're going to miss Mike and all that kind of great stuff, and I will too. I'm going to miss him a lot. I'm going to miss him coming up to the stand at BlizzCon and saying, "Welcome to BlizzCon, everybody!" Like the gnomish man that he is. I'm guessing he's a gnome.
I have never felt such harrowing sadness in my life, Pat.
Right.
But I'm not gonna panic.
No, don't panic. But it is...
Because this is just a thing that happens.
Right.
And although the internet sensationalized it, this has probably been in the works since he retired in October.
Yes.
This is not Blizzard kicking him out. This is not Activision burning his house down.
No.
It's not that.
No, it's not. So he will be leaving in April, and to him we say,
don't leave us, please.
No. Don't panic.
Oh,
don't panic. Don't panic. Just breathe through it, right? Okay. Let's move on to our next and final story of the week. Don't panic. Just breathe. Okay, don't panic, but Blizzard put out a survey where they asked a weird question. And the weird question was, would you play Hearthstone if there weren't any tournaments anymore? Don't panic. Don't panic at all. This was one question.
I want to panic.
This was one
Just
question.
a little.
This was breathe. This was one question in a 35 question survey given to people, and it doesn't mean anything, even though we really don't know what's going on with Hearthstone in 2019. We have a vague idea. We know that there are plans kind of underway. We don't know everything yet, but
They're probably good in China.
I'm trying to breathe here. I'm really trying to breathe.
It's fine. Maybe it was like an accidental question.
Right.
I mean,
it may have.
It was an accidental question.
I don't know what kind of question it was, but it's really that one. That one kind of blows,
question.
especially after Hot's kind of. Yeah. So those are the questions. Those are the news stories from this week. From our little new bit that we're calling "Don't Panic."
I want to vomit in terror. But I'm not going to panic.
And the nice thing was that you ended right on the music, so that's really great too. So try not to panic, everybody. While there's some weird stuff going on, I don't know what's happening, but oh damn, I just want.
Can I just say, like,
I just want to breathe through it. Yeah. Go ahead.
It's bottom line is, Blizzard is a huge corporation.
Yeah.
And most of us, and I am generalizing here, most of us don't pay such close attention to giant corporations as we do Blizzard. I don't know anybody who pays attention to Walmart. I don't know anybody who pays attention to Microsoft. I don't know. Just any of those.
Well, there was that Pringles can incident at Walmart this last week.
That's true, but that's a different matter.
Okay, all right.
But what I will say is, it's
look it up, everybody. It's great.
Yeah, Pat loves it because he was
awesome.
that person drinking out of the can.
Oh yeah,
riding around in the parking lot.
I was.
They said it was a woman, but we all know you wear a long, luscious wig on the weekends.
Yeah,
you can't help it. You love it.
It's true.
But if you find yourself getting upset over the decisions that Blizzard and Activision make, or Blizzard Activision makes, or the things that are happening, the people that are leaving, the people that are shuffling around, Activision just completely revamped and brought in a bunch of different people in these huge roles. Like, there's a new president of Activision, there's a new president of King Digital Entertainment, there's a new CFO for I don't remember. It's just like all of these, like, there's shuffling going on, there's people leaving, people arriving, weird things happening, weird questions being asked, but it's a major corporation, and it couldn't stay the cute little whimsical little game company forever, and we don't want it to.
I need the music. I need the music. I just need to breathe.
I'm just saying, it's a major corporation that's going to make big changes and big decisions and weird decisions because it has to. That is the nature. And we are emotionally invested in it because we love what they produce, and we love who produces it, and we know these people, and we love them, and we admire them. It's just like when something in the movie business is crazy sounding, because we get so attached to movies and TV shows and actors and directors. When a scandal hits like that, it's a big deal. But when
like
a scandal
Jake Gyllenhaal playing Mysterio in Spider-Man.
Yeah, what's up with that?
I know.
That's weird. But anyway, we don't pay attention. We don't have the same reaction to a major bank. We don't have the same reaction to a major retailer like Walmart. So it's hard because Blizzard in our hearts is this thing that we care about, and these people that we care about, and these games that we care about. But it is a major corporation. So we're going to have to figure out how to be okay with this stuff, and to trust Blizzard, and yes, to trust Activision Blizzard. And when you decide to kind of trust that they're doing the right things and that this will all work out eventually, you'll feel a lot better and maybe you won't panic. Having said that, though, in the last couple of months, it has been very hard to maintain all of this because stuff just keeps coming out. That isn't great. So I remain confident that Blizz will have an amazing year. This will be one of the biggest years yet. I am confident that next BlizzCon will be the best one yet. I don't know how, but I'm not panicking.
Well, that's good. That's good. And while you were saying all that stuff, I was trying, man. I was really trying not to freak out. I was trying to do all of those things. But
squeeze your Pachimari and you'll feel better.
My what?
Your Pachimari. Are you feeling better now? You squeezing it?
I think that's a different thing. So I'm gonna stop the music now. But yeah, lots of weird stuff. And when it happens again, now we have a bit for it. So now hopefully everybody can just kind of like take a deep breath, and think about this stuff. Yes, there's a big restructuring thing going on over at Blizzard, and at Activision as well. So Actiblizz, if you will, lots of restructuring. And it's when these big switcheroos happen, sometimes a lot of kind of junk falls out, and apparently their junk is falling out all over our face right now.
I don't hate that. Never mind.
All right, so now we will go on to some other news from around the Blizzard universe, and we'll go to Hearthstone.
Well met.
Wait, let me bump that. Here we go.
Well met.
There we go. That's better. Okay, so a couple of quick things just for Hearthstone. We had some arena changes and some Rumble Run changes. So for Rumble Run, which is tough to say really fast.
Rumble Run.
So for Rumble Run, those guys that have been playing that, I don't know how much Hearthstone you've been playing. Thyst.
I played some last night.
That's cool.
I got my butt handed to me.
What did you play? Did you play the Rumble Run?
No, I got scared of that. I played against AI for a little bit and I won one, but I lost two. And then I played against a friend and I just choked.
Well, that's okay.
But I still had fun.
So if you play Rumble Run, it's basically playing AI, right? So it's just, you're playing with, it's PvE.
Trolls.
Right. And apparently they've reprogrammed some of it so that you'll have some different combos and some different cards and some different, balance stuff. I know that the very first week that it was out, I was really angry because it was not nice to me that whole week.
Aww.
The other thing that they've done is they've changed some balance stuff for the arena as well, so that they want to get like a 50% win rate for all the different classes as they go through. So that's their goal for arena. And so they just kind of made some balance changes or not necessarily balance changes, but just made some choice changes to make it so.
Fair.
So
cool.
Yeah, just trying to change it up. And I think that's cool that they're trying to really work on arena. Something WoW never did. No, I'm joking.
Oh, Patrick.
No, I'm joking. It was
Calm yourself.
It was a joke for a while back in, when was it?
I'm telling.
Was it Cataclysm? Was when arena was really bad? I'm trying to remember.
I don't know. I don't remember.
I remember it was a joke at one point. Anyway, so they're doing that in Hearthstone. And now we will also go to Overwatch.
Oh, rubbish.
No, it's good. I like it. And we still have the Bastet challenge going on until the 21st.
Yes.
And then people can go right from there and go back into WoW on their Horde tune and go to Silithus for a week.
Please do that, Horde. Come on.
Go turn in stuff for the...
Please. Help me.
Right.
So I'm going to be up all night.
So how is the Bastet challenge for you? Are you done with it?
I'm done.
Cool.
I got everything. I haven't been watching the broadcasters though. I haven't had time, but if you go to the playoverwatch.com, you'll find the full broadcast schedule. So you'll find out which streamers are in cahoots with Overwatch. And if you have if you've attached your Blizzard account to your Twitch account, then you can receive drops. So if you watch a certain amount of time, you get, I think, a bunch of sprays for in-game, and they're really nice. So I would, and not to take away from any of these streamers and content creators, but if you can't watch them for like 6 hours, you can just leave them on in the background and you'll still get them.
Sure. Right. Yes. So you can just leave it on your computer and just walk away for, go shopping or whatever.
Yeah.
Get all the sprays and all that kind of stuff. The skin is really cool though. And I got that as well. And so now I'm done, quote unquote.
I'm done with this game.
I'm done with it.
Uninstall.
I've won Overwatch. Uninstall. Yes. And so yeah, I mean it's cool though. I mean, so it's just 9 wins.
Yeah, it's a free skin.
Right.
That you're probably going to get 9 wins anyway eventually.
Right.
Free stuff.
Exactly.
I love free stuff.
Exactly.
And it's cat themed. Everyone loves cats.
I'm a dog person. It's
You're
a panther.
It's
a panther though, so it's cool.
No, it's Bastet. It's a cat.
Oh, it's a cat.
Cat goddess. Yeah.
Okay, now I'm gonna uninstall for sure. Now.
God.
It's a cat. Ugh.
Why are you like that? Why are you like?
I'm allergic.
Cat?
I'm kind of allergic. I'm mostly allergic.
I'm allergic. I have 3 cats. You live with the pain.
No, I won't do it. I'm not going to do it.
Right.
So Diablo, we have the anniversary event still going on. StarCraft, I don't think there was much of any news to report. Heroes of the Storm, I didn't see anything this week. Anything else that from the news around the Battlenet that you saw at all?
Not really.
Okay. All right.
I think we've done it, Pat.
We have just the two of us.
We did it.
Congratulations.
Let's just fire the rest of the co-hosts, and it'll just be you and me forever.
Done.
I will come move into your house.
Right.
We can sit side by side.
Gizmo's in chat. We shouldn't.
He's okay with it. We talked about this.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
He's fine.
Oh no, he says sad. Oh, that is sad.
Oh, I don't want Gizmo to be sad. Okay, never mind. I'll take it all back.
Oh, Thorne's in chat. He said, "Hey."
Oh no.
Uh oh. All right.
Okay,
no, it was just an idea. We were spitballing. That's all we were doing.
I was dead serious.
So guys, don't worry about it because plus we have that Q&A on Friday that we're doing. So if you guys have questions,
like a bonus.
If you guys have questions for the Q&A on Friday, CTRQA is the hashtag to use on Twitter, or you could always add us on Twitter as well at ConvertToRaid or at whoever you want. But it'll be myself, Thyst, Thorne if he's up for it, John, and Gizmo.
Make sure to ask weird questions for Pat.
Please ask weird questions for everybody, and we'll see what we can actually bring to you next week while I'm out of town. That would be great. Now is the time on the show where we go around the room, but it's just you and me here. So you want to talk about what you do and where people can find you?
Heck yes. Hello, my name's Thyst. You can find me on Twitter at Thyst03. I do a show called Lagging Balls. It's like this one, but way more inappropriate jokes and swears. And you can find all that at Lagging Balls.
That's awesome. By the way, thanks to Dazzledorn and others in chat. I saw it all kind of scrolling recently with all the different subs and stuff like that. Thank you so much for helping out the Twitch stream there, everybody. And if you want to catch me anywhere, catch me at Pat Krane on all the socials. And that's Krane with a K. This week I was talking about a woman who was kicked out of Walmart, banned from Walmart, for drinking wine out of a Pringles can and driving around in an electric scooter.
As you do.
I just thought I'd bring that whole story around for everybody.
You.
Yeah. Just so that they didn't have to look it up. It's hilarious, and I want to know what kind of wine goes with Pringles.
I have no idea.
No, neither do I.
I am uncultured swine.
Apparently, so am I. So I'm going to bail on that, and I'm going to do this. And I'm going to say, hey, if you want to join the conversation that we're having anytime, just feel free to add us at Convert to Raid on your favorite social media of choice. You could also join us. You can also find the show on iTunes, YouTube, Twitch, SoundCloud, Spotify, Pandora, and a bunch of other places. And you can join the Bazoobo Goblin Nation over at ConvertToRaid.com. That's where we have all of the stuff. We have show downloads, Discord info, videos, audios, guild stuff, our swag store. By the way, our guild turned in 6 this week, so make sure to come celebrate with us in-game, in our Discord, wherever. And we even have a new section on the website that's called the Convert to Raid Podcast Network, featuring the shows that you know and love from our lovely hosts, regulars on this show. And you can find it over at ConvertToRaid.com. So there. Thyst.
What?
Thank you. You didn't break the show this week.
I was trying really hard.
I was kind of impressed. Really. And
I wanted you to be proud of me.
And maybe a little sad.
I'm sorry.
No. I mean,
I could still break it.
No. We're at the end. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh.
That's fine. It seems to be cooking along. We're just gonna let the music play out. It'll be. I'm sure it'll be fine.
I could ruin it right now.
How are you gonna ruin it? That doesn't ruin it. That makes it better.
That wasn't me.
That makes it. That just makes it better.
You can't do that sound effect and blame it on me. It's not fair.
No, I know.
Stop. That's
all right, well, we're going to get out of here, folks. But for Thyst and myself, and for all the gang here at Convert to Raid, we want to thank you so much for dropping by this week. And make sure to tune in next week for our Q&A extravaganza. We'll see what happens, I guess. I don't know. Twitch chat, thank you very much. Thank you guys at home, and we'll see you next time. Until then, bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye. The room is still pink. But of course I had to, put in some sound stuff as well, so.
Where's all your bootleg Hello Kitty memorabilia? Did you cover that up too?
It's underneath all this.
I thought so. I don't understand why you have to go all the way to China, go to the black market, go behind the Hello Kitty factory, get all this ghetto-ass bootleg Hello Kitty stuff.
Straight from the trash.
Go on eBay.
Yep.
Grab all of the old, vintage, $500 Hello Kitty bullshit that you love.
Right.
And then you go and put it all on your walls in your pink studio, but then you cover it up? Like, I don't get it.
Well, I don't want it to get wrecked. I don't want it to get wrecked, so I make sure to package it in foam so that it's protected from the elements. So,
all right, fine. I guess.
Because I'm kind of aggressive when I podcast. I don't know if you know that, but
I know. You're aggressive in everything you do.
Like after a good show, I'm still kind of ramped up, so I end up punching things, and that's not
running into things with your own head.
Right. Mainly with my 8 head over here. So yeah.